What's up, everybody? Behind the scenes Joe here. So this is the 68 Camaro that we had troubleshot some electrical on. Well, it left. Guy got halfway to, made it all the way to 24, about 30 minutes away. And he calls us and says, hey, the car died, lost power. There's some smoke came out of under the hood. He got a tow truck, brought it back. We put a brand new alternator on this car, as well as fixed the wires that had fallen down into the headers and melted the starter wires. So we fixed all of that. But now the wire that goes from the positive side of the battery, it incinerated, and so it goes from the battery down to the horn relay, from the horn relay up to the alternator. So hey, that's kind of weird. So we cut the bad piece of wire out, hooked up a new piece, and it instantly incinerated it. All right, we got it back in here. So I'm doing some testing on the electricals here. A good alternator should read 0.5 ohms from the positive battery terminal to the screen. Now, anybody that knows about these meters, when you hear the beep, it means it's a dead short. Zero ohms is a dead short. This is supposed to be 0.5 ohms. And from the positive, it is a dead short inside the alternator. If we turn it a little bit, it's still dead short. Turn it a little bit, now we got 0.2 ohms. 0.18 ohms. So, brand new alternator. You get these problems. So we just ordered an alternator and a new battery because when the wire burned, it burned a hole in the battery. So once that gets here, we will replace it, show you what a good alternator looks like, go from there.
Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to go over some of the stuff on this 86 real quick while we're going through it. One of the reasons why it actually takes time to paint a vehicle is I don't want to paint over a whole bunch of sins that may or may not have been on this truck at one time. But if you look over here, this truck, that's your original white from the two-tone. Then there's primer. Then there's another coat of white. Then there's primer. Then there's another coat of white. The edge right here, the final one, they painted without replacing the decals on the truck, so they just taped right up to them, so you could actually kind of trip right over that edge there. So we got to get this down where it's smooth. And then in the back here, the truck is actually pretty dent free. We've got new fenders and new doors for it. My fenders did come today from FedEx, thank God. But this back panel on the cab, any truck I've ever done, this is kind of all ripply, and I want it straight. If you look at even nice trucks, you're going to see ripples in them. You're not going to see any in this. And then I don't think you can pick up on it right here, but we got one dent right here that we'll have to pull that out. But it's low here, and then it gets high, and then it gets low, and then it gets. So we'll be on the back of that for a little bit, and then around in the front where Matt's been working on it. You can see we've got the firewall cleaned down, all the undercoatings off it, any kind of seam sealer that I wasn't happy with how it was going to look is out. Cleaning the window channel around here because we'll have to put, it's a black primer that goes on there even before the weather strip goes in. But this truck, I think that we should be able to have the cab proper, the main portion of the cab ready to go today, so or close. You know, by today I mean at some point in the future. Hopefully today we're going to get most of it done, but we're working away on this. I know that a lot of you guys want to see more in-process stuff taking place instead of here's what we're going to do and then all of a sudden here it is done. I know we're working on that. It's just a matter of having somebody that can follow us around with a camera all the time, and we're just a little short-staffed right now. And even though we got staffed up yesterday. We're back down again today. We're 2 guys down. My brother's wife's got some health issues, so he's at the hospital with her. Austin's not here, but once we get staffed up and running correctly, we'll have more of that in-process content for you. I've been in the office ordering a bunch of parts for the LS motor that we're doing for the No Name Nationals. Okay, that again, I want to promote that pretty much every video. The No Name Nationals in Sikeston, Missouri. We're going October 30th and September 1st. See, I did it. I got the dates right. And I think we're actually going to do a monkey bike challenge, and I know it's kind of premature because we don't technically have it yet, but I'm officially calling out Uncle Tony for the mini bike race. Okay, so get yourself a mini bike, build it, pay attention to the rules. We're going to pay attention to them too, but we're going to push the envelope a little bit with it, and we'll see you in Sikeston, Missouri, and we're going to beat you on a mini bike.
All right, welcome back. So we're here on the 68 Camaro. We ordered an alternator for it and a battery. So we got the battery, the alternator. Now, they sent us the wrong alternator, was in the box, they said. So they sent us yet another one, and it works. Now, if you look, I'll show you what the test looks like after we have it. We have our 0.45, which is within the margins of being a good alternator. And so it's charging. Austin's back. He's on light duty, but he's back, and he helped me run new wire from the battery around and then back up to the alternator and put it all inside new loom. So it looks good, and that should be that.